just got back from Breaking Dawn. My mom, none of my roommates are here, so I have no one to talk to about this. My mom talked about it on the way back, but um, the movie was really good. I really enjoyed it. I really think that Breaking Dawn Part One and Part Two were by far the best ones out of the whole series. I think they really like got into a groove and knew what worked. And the cinematography on this one was just beautiful. Um, the director was just amazing. And one thing I did not like how the Renesmee, like as a baby and like growing up until that point where like the real actress was there, I did not like that at all. I thought it looked really fake. And I could tell they CGI'd the face, but I don't know if the whole baby was CGI or what. But I just thought it looked weird and really unrealistic. It was kind of distracting. It was just like, oh, that face looks like a computer baby face. I don't know. But I thought that the part where Bella finds out that Jacob imprinted on Renee was absolutely hilarious. That was the, one of my favorite funny parts of the book. And I think they did it really good. And I like how she was just like pushing him around and like knocking him on his ass. That was really funny. I think that their like little love scenes when they first, especially the first night in the house, I thought that was really tastefully done. I liked how they did that, and they handled both of like the sex scenes in part one and two really well. They did it really tastefully, and I respected that because I mean, like this wasn't the type of movie to have like a really like intense like porn level love scene. I think they did a really good job with it, and it was really tastefully done. It was a really beautiful scene. And I like how they condensed everyone coming and witnessing Renesmee not being an immortal child and growing. In the book, I felt like that was just going on forever, and I like how they condensed it. I also, side note, I really like the music in this one. The soundtracks of these movies are always really awesome, and they always find really cool, like kind of like indie music, I guess, artists that I would not normally. Well, I like that genre of music, so I'd probably find it, but it fits, and I really like the type of music that they do, and I think that they integrated them really well. Like in New Moon, I felt like they like were trying too hard to get every single song on the soundtrack in the movie, and it kind of was it didn't work as well. And the clip they did better, but I really liked how in both Breaking Dawn how they integrate the music, and I like the orchestral score. I think it was nice how they started off with Carter Burwell um, being like the composer for the first and last movie. I thought that was really sweet, and it was kind of like him opening and closing. I really liked it. And then um, oh, the I guess the part I freaked out the most about because I was just like, yeah, I've read all the books and it was gonna happen, no surprises, right? I think they kind of like would modify it. Oh, the scene where Jacob is showing Charlie how he's a werewolf and he's saving, that was hilarious, and I really enjoyed like the 10 seconds of Jacob Taylor being shirtless. That was like the only time in the whole movie that I was like, take a moment. Because me and my mom were in it's like the RPX theater, and it's like this big, basically IMAX size screen. So he was just oh, it was huge. Shirtless Taylor Lautner was beautiful. But anyways, the part that I was not expecting and I was freaking out was when um Alice is like when the Volturi's there and they're like, witnessing or whatever, and she's like, no matter what you like evidence you get, you're still gonna like choose to kill us. And then all of a sudden, like, she's like, do it now, and like Bella sends Nathan and Jacob away, and they're running off, and then he goes to take, like, the Volturi take Alice, and like Carlisle goes after her, and all of a sudden you see like Carlisle and Arrow collide, and like Carlisle falls, and Arrow is like holding him, and all of a sudden he's fucking holding Carlisle's head, and I'm like, hold up, I'm pretty sure I actually vocally said what the fuck in the movie theater. I was like freaking out. I'm like, my mom, I like grabbed my mom's arm, and I was like, what is going on? What the fuck is this? Like, this did not happen. Oh my god, because I'd heard and on the internet they had changed the ending slightly, and so I was freaking out because I thought that this was like how they ended the movie, and that this was gonna actually be how it was, and they like burned Kylo, and I'm freaking out, and I'm like in like on the inside I'm screaming, and I'm sitting there like what, and I'm pretty sure I had like a look of horror on my face. I was like the whole time, and then then they're all fighting, and then fucking Jasper gets beheaded, and I'm like, whoa, like what, like no, and then Benjamin opens the fucking chasm, and then Seth dies, and I'm like, come on, like poor little Seth Clearwater, like no, and I'm like, I'm getting so mad, and I'm like, what? My mom's like, calm down, like, no, this is not okay, and then there's like a chasm, and like heaven's with the fall, and like Leah sacrifices herself, and I was kind of really sad, but I'm like, oh, she always like I don't know if they like really showed it as much in this one, but like Leah was always like really standoffish towards like the vampires, and she sacrificed herself that night. And then Edward falls in, and I look, and he's like falling. I'm like, I turned to my mom, and I'm like, Mom, if Edward dies, I'm so done. Like I was like, I would be 1,000% done, and I would just leave. I can't. I lost the ability to even like, oh. And then he comes out, and then they're all like, I'm thinking, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, like, and then like all the fucking Volturi, like Marcus, Caius, and Arrow were beheaded, and then all of a sudden, blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden you see like the field, and then Alice is like, that's what will happen. That will be your future if you decide to go to battle. And I I literally I was just like everyone in the theater was freaking out during this like fight scene. You can hear everyone like freaking like what is going on? Like the lady next to me, like Vichy, like was like something like sat up in her seat. She was like, what? And then so when I saw that it was all like her vision, I it was like I said, oh thank God. And everyone was just like on the outside of relieved, and I was like, okay. And that was like the ultimate fucking trolling move that they did. I really liked how they did that because um it was unexpected, and it was kind of a way to like shock the fans because I mean we all know like how it was supposed to end, and so like I think it was while I'm pretty sure I like shortened 2 years off my life because I was freaking out so much. I like how they did that, and I think it was just like kind of I don't know. I like it. I liked it. At first, I was like freaking out, and I'm like, oh my god, no, they did not just put me through all of that. But it was interesting. I liked it. And then the way they ended it was like showing Alice seeing the vision of like Renesmee older with Jacob, and like Jacob and Renesmee were like holding hands on the beach, and like Edward comes up with Bella, and like they're all like a happy family. And then you can see kind of Edward like thinking like, okay, I'll give it a chance. And then like sorry, I just got really distracted. And then you see at the end of the meadow, and she like shows him how he can read his mind. And it's like a little montage of like everything we went through. And I was like, oh, this is so beautiful. And I was like getting emotional. So like I know this is like the end, and I loved that scene in the book where she like lets him read her mind for the first time. And then they like end, and I'm like, okay, aw. And then they're going through, and they have that beautiful Christina Perri song. Part two of A Thousand Years. She has featured Kazi. I don't know how to pronounce it. But then like they're going through the montage of like showing every cast member who's like ever like in all four movies, and it's like kind of like a goodbye. And I was just like, oh, I might have let a couple tears out. Yeah, I did. So it was just really beautiful, and I'm sad because like I was with this way with Harry Potter too, when the Harry Potter movies ended, because like I get so invested in these characters, and when I'm reading the books, and then the movies are just like an extension of the book, and it's just like when they end, I'm just like, oh, like I'm sad. Like I don't know. I'm kind of sad that they're over. But I have Hunger Games and oh, the previews for the movie. Forgot to mention that I was already like geeked out before the movie even started because they had previews for both The Hobbit, which looks fucking awesome. I am so excited for it, and they had a preview for Les Miserables, which is looks amazing. I read that book in high school, and it was one of my favorite books that I read in high school, and actually one of my favorite books I've ever read. And it looks so perfect. I love that they cast Hugh Jackman as Jean Valjean. Perfect. I was totally geeking out. Like before the movie even started, and this was just like it was perfect. And yeah, I cried a little bit at the end. But it was good. Now I have Hobbit. I have rest of the Hunger Games. Um, and I think they're making a movie out of the Mortal Instruments series. I read like the first two books. They were interesting, but I'll have plenty of book and movie series to fill my life.